Welcome to Eddie's Football Waffle, yeah.
Guys, just wanted to get my thoughts in. First of all, please hit the like and subscribe on the premise that the video will be good.
Show me what you got.
And if it's not, you can rescind your stake.
No, don't do it.
But let me get into it. I wanted to spring my late thoughts about not the passing because he's still alive, but in terms of his Man United life. It's over. I want to talk about the passing of Ralf onto another team, not onto the next dimension.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
It's a sad day. It's not a sad day. It's a sad time for me because I was really backing this kind of consultant to help Man United make the correct decisions because we've seen how bad the recruitment has been over the last 10 years.
Sometimes maybe shit.
They're getting the likes of Maguire, 80 million.
Damn!
I don't even need to go past that deal. All these bad deals have made us say, oh, Man United tax. Like, no, if you have someone that actually knows how to negotiate, you get deals. Look at Man City. They're the top team in the land. They don't have a Man City tax. They're getting people for 60 mil all the time. Latest one, Haaland. Yeah, I know there's a release clause fee and all that stuff, but they still get all the signings for just a 60 mil here, 70 mil there. Ignore the Grealish one. I don't think they'll do that shit again.
No way. No way.
But anyway, Ralf would have been the savvy guy to help these Man United pagans.
Wow.
That's the Glazers and the board to not overpay for things. The way Ralf was getting players like Mane and Firmino at earlier clubs just for pennies, and the way they've turned into world beaters, man. Come on
Now, dog.
Man United need that kind of savviness. They need that kind of instruction. Murtough and Fletcher needed that kind of instruction. How is it that they were going to have a 2-year course from Uncle Ralf? Oh, we should call him Uncle.
Yarp.
He should have that respect because he come on. Look at his CV. He's done well with getting the Red Bull franchise from 120 mil to 1.2 bill. Come on, man. No, he knows Gegenpress. Everyone's copying his Gegenpress. The guy knows football and money. Why was he not offered a full-time role? So yeah, back to Murtough and Fletcher. So all of a sudden, they don't need the 2-year course that we're gonna get.
What?
All of a sudden, they're clued up.
Really?
And then they get to have an understudy of Andy O'Boyle. All of a sudden, because the guy, the developmental don that is Ralf.
Pleasure. Thank you.
As soon as he comes out and says, oh no, Glazers. Nah, you can't do the quick fix. You can't do the superficial stuff. You've got to do open heart surgery. You may need 10 players.
It's not the manager's quality. It's about changing all the other things that have brought the club into a position as we're in right now. And for me, it's clear. It's not enough to do some little minor amendments, some little issues here and there, some minor cosmetic things. No, this is. In medicine, you would see this is an operation at the open heart.
From my point of view, it seems like the Glazers have let Ralf go, also because of not getting top 4 and because of the home truths. Ralf saying that the board, the Glazers have got to change their behaviours. You don't need, he's saying you don't need my specs to see what's going on.
It's not that difficult. You don't even need glasses to analyze and to see where the problems are.
All of these things, it's not a jab. Oh, I was going to say a little bit of an underhanded little jab to the ribs to the Glazers. No, he's telling you brutal honesty and telling us fans who needed to know because we were having the wool pulled over our eyes under Ole. Ole was saying, "Oh no, I've got a good relationship with the club."
All things considering, they were fantastic.
It's fantastic. The structure is perfect. It wasn't. Obviously, it wasn't. All of this enabling of player power. But Ralf exposed that, and like I'm trying to say, there's so many things going through my mind. It seems like the Glazers took it emotionally instead of in a business sense to wake up. They took it emotionally as embarrassment that they're wrong. And Ralf has said what you need to do, what sounds logical. Because we've seen a lot of this team does not have the IQ, the fitness, the discipline to play high press football, which is the football that is winning leagues and cups. Because you look at Klopp, you look at Pep, sharing the cups with their high press footy. Now, if we come to what Uncle Ralf did with the team, I think everyone, or most people, only a few people remember that Ralf was getting this team during, I think it was a 2-month period, when he was really trying to implement the high press, the Gegen press. Help the team to create 160 chances. Now let's say you create, what is it, maybe 10 chances a game? That's maybe 16 games. A big batch of work. But the players, obviously, because they're bums, didn't manage to convert the chances. And then now, when you look at it in hindsight, it's like, you look at it on paper, you'd assume, oh, Ralf was a crap coach.
Yarp.
Because the chances weren't converted. This is what certain stats won't tell you. You got to look deeper in between the lines. 160 chances, and that was more than Pep and Klopp at the time. It was more than these guys that are winning the cups and winning the leagues. Can you see the potential there? Well, obviously, the season did end in the tyre fire. I mean, it could have been more. It could have been worse. Luckily, Brighton did Man United a favour, helped them. You know what I mean? Said sorry for the battering they gave Man United and say, okay, we're going to beat West Ham for you, and you can be spared the embarrassment of conference, and you can have a Europa League.
Thank you.
Anyway, back to the point. Ralf, even though he didn't get top 4, allow him to do what his creme de la creme is.
I beg your pardon?
Allow him to do what his expertise is. Developing teams, developing clubs. Why was he not given the full-time job? Why not? Why was he allowed to wander off to Austria? This is because you put up the jobs. If I've got an Austria job and then one of the biggest jobs in the world with the biggest wage packets, if they give Ralf a proper job of maybe director of football, something, technical director, something, he's not gonna flip and go to Austria.
No fucking way.
Glazers have messed up and missed out on a top guy. And I was doing this waffling on the Man United agenda. Big up to them. I was going off on all kinds of tangents because this, for me, is a problem that Ralf has got. This should be a post-mortem of the diabolical bullshit they are doing, man. This brings me to more of my pessimism.
My God, are you always on?
We heard with Ten Hag in those press conferences he was doing that he said, you know, he was keeping it kind of stum, keeping cards close to his chest, which I didn't like personally because of the refreshing reveals that Ralf has been bringing. Yes, it may be a bit too much, but we needed to know some of this stuff that was going on because they've been failing for 10 years, so we needed to know. But Ten Hag, keeping it a bit stum, I was like, I want to know a bit more about what you're going to do with the philosophy. But he said, the players I have will dictate the philosophy.
How does an ideal team of yours play? How would you like to see them actually play? When your team's playing as you like?
Yeah, it's maybe you have seen Ajax, and I like that. But it's always players dictating the way of play.
The team, this current Man United team that have betrayed the fans and not shown up for the game properly. Because they finished second a season ago, they still have potential. What? Unless Ten Hag is going to play counter-attack on football, you can't read into that season. Because if you're using a completely different formula, you're not going to get the same results. You're not going to get the same results. Especially when it's not even a similar system that Ten Hag's bringing in. So that's bringing me to the thought of, is Ten Hag going to have to compromise? Is he going to compromise his total football to try and suit some of these players? We can't have that, man, because the counter-attack football, we've seen it can't dominate games. You're going to be less likely to win a game if you're just trying to snatch results. The board also saying maybe just 3 players needed to save the squad, as opposed to what Ralf was saying, open heart surgery, 10 players maybe needed. Ten Hag saying, I draw my own line.
And I speak with a lot of people, but finally I will draw my own line.
Also saying Maguire's a great player. Maybe it's a ploy to as a white lie to get some of these players back on side. Maybe it may be a crafty way before he does his open heart surgery. But if my pessimism is correct, we're in for some more dross and another manager having to compromise his philosophy to suit some of the players, to work with what he doesn't really want, and to try and make water into wine. But anyway, I don't want to ramble too much. Uncle Ralf, best wishes to you with Austria. Anyway, I'm waffling. This wouldn't be Eddie's Football Waffle without the rambling. Please hit the like and subscribe if you rate the material. Get in the comments. Tell me what you think. Are you pessimistic? Are you optimistic? What level are you on? Hit the like, subscribe, and peace.